Have you ever looked around and wondered how is he rich or how is she successful, despite knowing he or she is not that smart? Meanwhile, people smarter, at times more hardworking, even more talented, are stuck in struggle. I know you do, because some of the gurus of your class back then at the university are still striving to survive financially. Today, we will break down one of the biggest secrets of success that schools, books, society barely teach you. And even if you will find them, you can only find them in the books. And even in the books, except when you read with concentration. And by the end of this video, I promise you'll see exactly why intelligence alone won't make you succeed and what actually will. Stay with me because this might just change the way you see success forever. Without further ado, let's get in. First thing first, let's get this. This video is shared into 4 different categories and we're going to explain each category independently. Let's start with the first one. The simple and straight answer might be hard to believe, but nevertheless, since we are here for the truth, let's start with the hard truth. Smart people often complicate life by overthinking. For instance, they plan. They plan extensively. They waste much of their time planning and they plan to be perfect. Nevertheless, there's nothing as perfect. The word perfect doesn't exist in real life. So they waste a lot of time perfecting their whatever they are doing. And that time they are wasting perfecting is usually unrecoverable. Once it goes, it would never return. And another thing is, all their plan is to perfect, right? They are not going to achieve the perfection. And at the end of the day, they will end up giving up on the idea because they didn't achieve the perfection. And even if they do achieve it to some certain level, time is already gone. Somebody have already overtaken the market. And second is they analyze too much. They analyze everything that comes to them. And you know, once you analyze everything always have its downside. Everything have its risk. So the more you analyze, the more you find out about the risk. The more you find out about the reasons why you might probably not succeed. And the more you fear going into that thing, whatever it is. So too much analyzation actually leads to fear. Actually leads to you scaring to venture into that specific thing you want to do. So they too much analyze. They analyze overdose. I hope you understand. The next is they worry about failing. They forecast. They try to handle all challenges all at once, even before they arise. And the worst part is wasting time on that. The fact that they worry about failing, and you know, you don't succeed once. You hardly see somebody that kickstart immediately and goes up straight away immediately. Sometimes it takes time. So they worry about failing, which is, you know, there are some stuff that you cannot just avoid them. Failing is unavoidable. Either you like it or not, at some point you must fail. So the fact that they are worried about failing, and some of them they're even worried about what people are going to say if they fail. A lot of successful people today fails before they reach the level they are. So the fact that they worry about failing, they stay behind. And the next is they seek perfection, and so on. I've already explained a little about perfection, but let me say this. The real world doesn't pay for perfections. It pays for solutions that reach people fast. Solutions that reach people earlier are the ones that people consider as solution. When your own comes, some people are already addicted to the one that comes earlier before yours. Are we getting this? You see, joke aside, even if something is not that perfect, once it comes first, it comes earlier, people adopt it. Before your own comes, they are already in conformity with the one that is already there before yours. So if I should advise anybody, I would advise you to avoid that perfection. Like, just do your best. Give it your best and come straight to people. Don't waste time. There are a lot of these examples. There's a guy called Jamio. I know him personally. He's a genius. He usually topped his class. And his dream was to create an e-commerce website for his little grocery store and expand from there. But Jamio spent more than 2 years perfecting the website without launching it. Never ending planning on how to hit the market the hardest. Tweaking colors, adjusting buttons, and never actually launches. Meanwhile, another guy named Aliyu, who knows barely any coding, collaborate with coders and create a simple, somehow messy app in few months. Put it online and in less than a year, get few thousands of users. You see, if you look into these two people's story, the moral that you are going to get is what I said earlier, that the real world doesn't pay for perfection. It pays for solutions that reach people fast. So looking at this, I know you've already concluded in your mind. Start and keep adjusting over time. And that takes us to the second part of this video, which is also a question. Why Mumbai people are winning? Well, this is very simple to understand. You would understand it. Now let's flip the coin. Why do seemingly less smart people rise faster? It's because they do these 3 things that smart people often avoid. They do almost completely the opposite of what smart people try to do. First is they act fast. Immediately the idea hits them because they don't have time to analyze. They don't look for perfection. Once it hits them, their mind already will tell them that this is going to be a good hit. And before you know, they go straight and publish it. So they act fast. And acting fast gives them this favor. Secondly is they learn from failure, not from planning. Smart people always plan and try to learn through just planning, while those that look less smart, which actually that is what smart means. They learn from failure. They start today. Once they come across some failures, they stop, look into them, see what they can do about them, and before you know, they learn something and they move on. They learn from real world example, not theoretical examples. Third is they sell what people want, not what seems smart. A lot of smart people will seem like this is what people are going to work without paying attention to what actually the people want. Are we understanding this? There was a time Coca-Cola, I think, I can't remember the actual year, but it was in the past. I read it on an article some time ago, that they launched a new test. To them, that test is going to make their market go bigger than it was as of that period. But once the new product comes, people start drawing back of their own brand, and before you know, they notice people are already obsessed with the initial brand. So they brought it back. So sell what people want, not what seems smart. Some people who may seem smart in the traditional sense, like academic intelligence, are mostly bold enough to take chances. Invest early, fail fast, learn from mistake, or simply sell what people want, not what they think people should want. They don't really care about looking smart. An example of this is obvious. Let me give you an example with Jake Paul. I know a lot of you know Jake Paul. He's not known for being super smart in the academic sense, but he sold entertainment by creating loud, crazy content. He understands attention. Therefore, he creates content that grabs attention. He built fan base, sold fight, create hype, even though many people call him dumb. And his result is obvious. Multimillionaire at 24. Meanwhile, some people with PhDs and master's degrees are still struggling to pay bills because they are too busy trying to be perfect or waiting for the right time. Some waiting for job promotions. You see, another example of this is, well, to make this video as short as possible, let's overlook that. You see, while smart kids sit in cafes applying for jobs, the actual ones that are considered not smart are already cashing out every day, every single day out there. Now let's get to the third part of this video. The third part, I titled it The Hidden Game of Wealth. What I mean by that is the game that if you are good with them, definitely you are going to succeed, or we hope so. Now here's the part nobody talks about. Wealth is a game of solving problems, taking risks, networking, getting better through failure, persistence or consistency, courage, and sometimes just being at the right place at the right time. Or we can call it in a layman language, luck, and some few more. What I mean by this is, let's come to the first one, solving problem. What bothers people? What service are people willing to pay for? Or what product are people willing to buy if you provide to them? That's what I mean by solving problem. Go ahead, solve that problem, or bring that product that when people see they are going to buy. Take risk. A lot of people are trying to avoid risk when being alive is also risk, because anything could happen to you. Risk is inevitable. No matter what, you must incur risk here or there in life. So just take risk. The only thing here to consider is take calculated risk, not just any random risk. The third is networking. Networks with the individuals that are going to help you grow, regardless of whatever field you are. There are some individuals that are going to help you in the long run, so network with them. Next is getting better through failure. What I mean by this is, when you fail, don't just overlook it. Look into the failure. What did I do wrong? Come out with a solution that will make you avoid that failure next time in life. Next is persistence or consistency. Always stay consistent. Never, whatever you are doing, once you have a feature, you have something you are aiming, never backstage. Stay consistent. And staying consistent is going to help you in the long run. Next is courage. Be courageous enough to start. Be courageous enough to go into anything. And the next is luck. Like I said, you have nothing to do with luck. There's nothing you can do about luck. If it hits you, be grateful and take advantage of it. You might be lucky to find yourself in the right place at the right time. So never misuse that opportunity. Never misuse it. Let me give you a short story. Did you know Colonel Sanders, founder of QFC? This man was rejected over 1,000 times before someone bought his chicken recipe. He wasn't the smartest businessman. He was just the most stubborn and persistent one, the one that never gave up. So the hidden rule is the world rewards courage more than intelligence. Now, what can you do differently? This is simple. So now that you know what's holding you back, the secret is, how do you use it? Here's a 3-step plan for student entrepreneurs and professionals to scale. First is launch even before you are ready. Stop waiting for perfection, because you will never attain it. Launch immediately it's active, and even if it's messy, launch fast. Second is learn from real world reactions, not just books. Customers, not textbooks, will teach you more and better. Textbooks are like maps. They guide you, but cannot take you to the exact location you are going to. And thirdly is stay consistent, even when you fail. 1% better every day beats 100% once. An example of this is, look at MrBeast. I know you know MrBeast. His first 100 videos barely got any views. How far about today? Over 250 million subscribers, getting to, I think, over 300 million subscribers. I don't know where last I checked him. And his net worth is over $500 million. He didn't outsmart the system. He outlasted it. There are some people that started YouTube right before him, but they were not consistent. But this man is consistent and persistent. And I think with this, I explained everything you need to know. Now, next time you wonder why people dumber than you are rich, remember, they just played a different game. You have the brain, now add the action. Take risk, solve real problems, and most importantly, stay in the game long enough to win. If you found this video eye-opening, smash that like button, share it with someone who is overthinking their dreams, and subscribe for more mind-changing content. See you in the next one. Thank you, and we love you so much.